What is good? What is evil? The pentagram flips everything, reversing polarities and changing the rules. Imusama has revealed the cruelest power in the entire story, power in exchange for your humanity and your principles. Chapter 1150 of One Piece dropped like a cannonball of revelations, and we finally see the true abilities of the most merciless being in the series. We're going to break it all down in this video, so don't go anywhere right after the intro. Back to the channel. Rob is here with you, and today we're diving into this wild chapter. And man, what a chapter it is. Definitely one of the best of the year. But let me know in the comments. Do you think this was the best Elbaf chapter so far? And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our content. All right, no more stalling. Let's get into the video. Let's start with the cover story. It looks like Yamato's cover arc might be done. She said her mission is complete. Maybe the whole point of it was just to show Ulti and Page 1 joining Yamato, kind of becoming new allies or even unofficial members of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. But hey, many fans still think Blackbeard might invade soon looking for Pluton. So let's keep our eyes open, but if this is really the end of the cover story, it might just go down as one of the weakest ones. Now, jump gimping into the chapter itself. Right from the start, it becomes clear why Imusama might be the final villain of the whole series. Now, in Gunko's body, and yeah, I'll just call them IMUNKO from now on, we see a complete demon, wings, a pointed tail, and a trident. It really looks like the main antagonist of One Piece is the actual devil, and the heart of One Piece is right there in the title, to reverse. We'll get deeper into this idea in a bit. The giants finally arrive where the children are, but the problem now is that the enemy is Imusama. They immediately show off their power by unleashing Conqueror's Haki, knocking out multiple giants in the process. So now I ask you, what's the most insane display of Conqueror's Haki so far? Joy Boy on Egghead or Imusama here in Elbaf? Then IMUNKO says, it's hard to negotiate about children when there's no king. In fact, it's absurd for a place not to have one. Out of nowhere, IMUNKO appoints Dory and Bragi as the new kings. Probably what they were planning to do with Loki. That's why the Holy Knights were after him. IMUNKO even says Dory and Bragi should kill Jarul, cut off his head, and claim the throne. Of course, Bragi refuses and charges at her, but this turns into a Black Clover-style twist. IMUNKO pulls out a book and summons two weapons from it, a dagger and a shotgun. With the dagger, she stabs Bragi's arm, immobilizing him. And with the shotgun, she just straight up blows his arm off. Looks like that's how Ben Beckman took Kid's arm using a firearm. Now we've got our answer. Then IMUNKO uses a power called Pact, followed by the move Dome Reverse. Bragi is sucked into a pentagram and returns in a full demonic form. Now he's much bigger, much more powerful, so much so that with a single attack, he throws three giants like they were bowling pins. Same happens with Dory. Both are now demonic versions of themselves, massive and monstrous. So here's the question. Can Imusama force people into these pacts against their will? If so, then even the Holy Knights and the Gorosei might not be acting on their own desires. Gunko, for example, seemed like she was ready to help Brook as soon as she regained her memory. So, how many of these so-called villains are actually evil? And don't say they're just naturally cruel, because apparently, once someone passes through this pentagram portal, everything changes. Bragi even said he felt like he could do anything, like he was a god and everyone else was trash. So maybe Imusama is the only one truly evil in all of this?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Dome Reverse. The move that flips logic inverts the world. Gods become demons, demons become gods. This might be the core message. One Piece has always played with duality, and it looks like this reversal is baked right into Imusama's power. So many questions come from this, but I'll save that deeper dive for another video. The chapter ends with the demon giant army marching toward Jarul. Thing is, Jarul is innocent. He's been forgiven. Harald, the king, was probably possessed when Loki killed him. Same might be true for the other giants too. Now, we've got a demon army of endings, and Imusama wants to test them in battle. Chaos has begun. Where is the monster trio? I truly believe the next few chapters will finally bring Luffy into contact with the main villain of his entire journey. That's it, folks. Insane chapter. What did you think? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe icon so you never miss an upload. See you next time, and thanks for watching.